Hello everybody. Here we are in week 4, over halfway done. So today I'm going to walk you through actually discussion 1, 2, and the assignment for the week. This week I'm not going to give you the frequencies. I assume you guys at this point have done that enough that you know how to do it. But we've got some new procedures here and I'll walk you through some of those and what those look like. So our first discussion involves an independent samples t-test. And we're using a EX14-7 file. And basically, again, you can run frequencies and all the things you've done before. And then we're going to do an independent samples t-test that looks at the effects of stress, low or high, on the consumption of caffeine. So if we go over to that file, we see stress. Here's that stress variable, and the conditions are 1 and 2. So we're going to need to keep that in mind when we run this. And then here's our caffeine variable. So to run a t-test, we're just going to do analyze, compare means. Now this is independent samples because different people were exposed to the high stress and the low stress. So we're looking at different people. The test variable is how much caffeine, and the grouping variable is that stress level. Now we've got the 2 question marks, so we need to define our groups. Remember we said the 2 values were 1 and 2, so group 1 is 1, group 2 is 2. Continue. And that's as easy as it is. We click OK, and up comes our output. So it gives us some descriptive statistics, so the mean for each group of caffeine consumed. And then you're going to want to be looking over here. So here's your T statistic, here's your significance level. Remember, as you've been reading, hopefully in instructor guidance and things, and significance we want to think about. And then 95% confidence interval of the difference. You're going to want to look at that as well for this assignment. So that's how to do an independent samples t-test. And then moving on to discussion 2. Is a chi-square test. We do chi-squares when both of our variables are nominal or categorical. So that's what we've got here. We're looking at that divorce file that we've used in the past. And in this case, just sex, so that's male or female. Remember that, so that's nominal. And then status is marital status, if you're married or divorced, etc. So that also is a nominal. So that in that case, we're going to be looking at doing a chi-square test. So we open that data set. I've already got it open here. And to do the chi-square, we're going to go to descriptive statistics, cross tabs. And it doesn't actually matter which one you make the row and the column, but we'll make sex into row and current marital status into the column. You're going to want to click on cells and click under expected, because that's going to help you figure out what's going on with your results. So you continue there. And under statistics, you're going to check chi-square. That's going to get you your chi-square. Click OK. And that is what we need to do to run a chi-square test. And that should give us our output coming up here. And so we end up there with what this is our different marital statuses, so married, separated, divorced, widowed, cohabiting. And what we have is the count is the number of people that are in each category, and then the expected is based on their percentage in the sample, what percent we would expect to be in there. So you can see actually the expecteds aren't too far off here. And so then we look at our chi-square. So this is the value of it, and this is the significance level of it. So remember what we're looking for there in terms of that significance level. Tell me what that is as you write up your discussion in the assignment. But so that is your chi-square test. And finally, in your assignment for the week, in this case, we have a single person who's measured multiple times. So each person has multiple measures or repeated measures, or sometimes it's called a paired sample because both measures are paired on the same person. So we're going to be doing a repeated measures t-test or a paired samples t-test with the pre and post test scores. So we enter this data here, week 4 assignment data. And in order to do this, again, analyze, compare means, and in this case, paired samples t-test. And so here you see we have which pair of variables do we want to compare. So we have the pre-test, goes over into there, the post-test, and we're just going to run one pair of variables, so that's all we need. Over in the options box, we're going to get the 95% confidence interval. You don't have to check anything to get it, but if you had wanted to change it to a different level, you could do that right there. So we're going to continue, click OK, head back to our output. So now we have the pre-test mean and the post-test mean for everybody. And again, we have a 95% confidence interval for the difference between those means. There's your t-statistic, and there's your significance level. So you're going to be reporting on all of those in your assignment. But those are the mechanics of how to do each of these things. So again, always ask me if you have questions, but those are the main points for this week. Good luck!